All right, welcome back to another episode of the Top of Off Cricket Podcast. I am your host Kevin Henry, and I got one of my soldiers back tonight. Walter is back. Sam is on a mission, so he is not going to be joining us tonight. Um, Today we watched what was one of the best run chases I've ever seen in any editions of the T20 World Cup. And I'm not talking about what West Indies did to win the World Cup back in 2016. I wouldn't say that was particularly a good run chase. You understand? It worked for us. We won the game. That's what it was. But today, I watched, or I should say, we watched Australia versus Sri Lanka, and the Sri Lankans put on a clinic in how to chase down 180 odd. Let me tell you something about the little boy called Patum Nasanko. That's a little firecracker. From the time he made his debut against West Indies, and he actually made a century on debut in the Test match. I think it was the second innings, if I'm not mistaken. I was like, this boy gonna be a problem. Long term, this boy gonna be and he has been a problem for many teams over the last 5-6 years.
Yeah, 52 ball 100.
Yeah, 52. And imagine the man was on 51 from Tor to something. 51 from Tor to something.
And he went in overdrive.
The man went into overdrive. So now that we know Australia get the ascot, Zimbabwe, here we're gonna happen. You see how Sri Lanka understood the assignment today? Y'all need to understand the assignment tomorrow morning against Ireland. The Australians don't need a pass. Understand the assignment.
And we have, I genuinely not a big fan. I was Australia cricket for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
1996, Courtney Brown.
1995,
Steve
Courtney
Waugh.
Brown.
1995, Courtney Brown, Steve Waugh, 200 not out.
Yeah.
But it'll be nice to not have them not have to face them. No disrespect to the Zimbabweans, but I prefer one. It's a twofold for me. Seeing them not make the second round of a major world championship would be happy. I'll be happy, and just to let the Australians get some stress, and we should relegate them to second.
Oh.
When West Indies lose, people start talking set of stuff.
Yeah,
but
I mean, we winning and people talking. We winning, people going in on we. All kinds of things people finding. If they ain't talking about She-Hope can't win a toss, they're talking about this, that, and the Tara. And I sitting there wondering, and I saying to myself, them men playing good cricket and winning, and you're finding that kind of thing for complaining about.
But I see a man. I mean, and even forget the criticism, like the one criticism that you gave them is the fact that they didn't bowl well, but they still did as a whole.
Yes. Huh?
They didn't bowl well as a whole yesterday. No. They didn't bowl. They got lucky with some stuff, but at the end of the day, that's how cricket goes. When you're playing good cricket, sometimes you don't play to the best of your ability, but it just work out for you. And a man calls you about your mother.
Yeah. Some days you're going to come and you're going to bowl absolute trash and you're going to pick up wickets. I thought that spell from Jason Holder yesterday, his 4 overs, I don't think it was one of the best 4 overs I've seen from Jason Holder. Most of those balls that he picked up wickets with on a different day would have sailed into the stands.
Exactly.
You understand me? Matter of fact, all 4 dismissals would have sailed into the stands.
And the truth is, on another day, you get good balls and you don't get wickets.
And I've seen him do that before. He's come and bowled brilliantly and had no luck. You understand? So it just shows some days the gods are with you and you can buy 4 or 5 wickets.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, I'm happy. I hope that, as we said, I hope Zimbabwe tomorrow they just realize that this is a chance for us to make it to a second round of a World Cup. The world has written them off. The world has disrespected Zimbabwe cricket. I mean, understandably, we understand what's happening in our countries as developing and as countries that have been influenced by colonialism and all the 9 years we could talk about. But one thing I know is that Zimbabwe has a chance to be selfish. This
Yeah,
is their chance
yeah,
to see, you know what? Let's go to the second round of a major, and you never know what happened for them, right? For us, it's beneficial because I prefer to face them. For a matter
yeah.
of fact, this Australia team is not necessarily a good one, but
No,
they
it's not
have
a
match.
good team. It's not a good team.
Yeah,
Listen,
this is one
they have a squad of proven winners, right? But right now they're not playing together as a team. And that is why
Mhm.
they've lost these two matches because they're not playing as a team. They're trying to ride individual brilliance, hoping that it'll take them over the line. But they're not playing as a team like the Australians normally do,
And
right?
I don't want to give them a chance because you give
No,
these fellas a chance, we go into the second round and they
listen,
start to turn it on, and next thing you win the World Cup. You
you
understand?
saw what Glenn Maxwell and Pat Cummins did in that 50 over World Cup a couple of years ago. Afghanistan had them dead and almost buried, dead to
Mhm.
rights. And that man stand up on one foot. Glenn
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Maxwell,
yeah.
that man stand up on one foot and won that game and ultimately won Australia that World Cup. You understand? So you cannot give them a sniff. But back to Zimbabwe, listen, it'll be a good feel good story, right? This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
this is a
yeah.
cricketing nation that has been decimated by so many different things, sanctions, international sanctions on the country, and those things have a trickle down effect. You can't expect a country to be sanctioned heavily,
Hmm.
struggling
Hmm.
politically, and it not affect the sporting arena, right? So
True.
for these young men, the Engaravas and Mazarabanis and all these guys, it's good stuff, man. Get to the Super Eights, rub shoulders with India, West Indies, South Africa, And the thing
And
about it
beat,
is they play good, hard cricket.
yeah, and beat somebody, not
Yeah,
West Indies, though.
not West Indies, beat somebody. You know what? I
Yeah.
would like to see them beat South Africa.
Now, honestly to God, I like them to see them beat India. It,
That too.
it, it, they'd be
That
happy
too.
for me.
That too.
But if
Because
I,
India too are not playing well. India are not
but
playing well.
yeah, but if I know most, if they say if they had a chance to beat somebody, they probably take our names.
Yeah, yeah. Because you know what? They do play well against us. When
Yeah,
limited overs cricket, Zimbabwe they match up well against us. They play with over the last 10 years or so, they have played well against us. So you
yeah,
can't count them out. When you're talking about guys like Sikandar Raza and Mazarabani and them guys, they're gonna show up. Sikandar Raza is a fighter. You know, he's like a cat that's in a cage and he's just going. You know, very unpredictable. He's gonna come pick up 2, 3 wickets with his off breaks, and then he's gonna come and smash the
mm.
ball out to the ground. You know, so yeah,
He's a good cricketer.
yeah,
See what
they
happens.
got
See
some they
what
got
happens.
some good all round cricketers.
By the time we wake up, by the time we catch ourselves tomorrow morning, in the middle of the day, wake up or going
Yeah,
to work, we should know what happens.
yeah, we should have a pretty good idea of what's going on with But do you think for continuously continue? No, let me go back. Do you think we should make any changes?
Um, can't remember. I was listening to. Can't remember somebody who's there. Somewhere I was we're listening to the YouTube random. We know these videos come up,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and they were saying that the changes that should be made based on the wicket um it is for Italy. We should they play spin decently,
Hmm.
but but pace is not something that they play well.
Well,
So
I think they had a
so
good game against
any
England today. They
yeah,
almost They almost pulled it off.
Yeah, and it was they were hitting the spinner. So um, what is Jared Kimball?
Jared Kimball. Okay.
Yeah, so you're saying that if like any team playing them, what they don't know is like who could get a good game against them is a Shamar Joseph
Hmm.
because that the extra pace,
They struggle
um,
against extra pace.
they struggle against the extra pace. Even Sheppy, right?
So you
Could
you you wouldn't seeing that they struggle against a little bit of extra pace. You wouldn't go Jaden Seals.
no, I not yet.
Hmm.
No, not yet. I I'm keeping Sheppy. Either Sheppy for Ford or Chase.
I am thinking Sheppy needs to be given an extra game. This is a niggle Sheppy has been carrying around for a long time.
Oh, he's a nickel that they dropped
Yes,
him?
yes,
Well, I didn't realize what
he has a
happened.
nickel. Yes, that's why he only bowled one over against England.
Okay,
Right?
what's wrong with him?
Something is going on with his leg. I don't know if it's hamstring, groin, whatever the case it might be. Those
So
injuries that just they seem to linger for quite a while.
if Sheppy's not there, I would try Seals. I don't at this point in time in terms of like T20 cricket, I don't trust Seals too much.
Hmm.
As it, but um just like when like how everybody bowled against when these teams, you can't give them width,
No,
right? There's when they're gonna destroy you, and you can't bowl too short. It depends on the pitch.
width and length. Width and you
Yeah,
can't go up. You can't go up too close to them. You understand?
yeah, yeah.
That's
They
the
play through the
cardinal
line.
sin that Shamar committed a couple of days ago. Well, yesterday
Yeah,
he
against
against
Nepal.
Nepal. He. I personally think if he was going to go full, he needed to either hit the popping crease or
Hmm.
just inside of the white line. You understand?
Hmm.
You can't give them any room to use their arms, and especially the guy like Dependra Irie Singh that has good bat speed, good arm speed. You understand? Through the delivery, you got to cramp his arms, right?
Hmm.
I personally think if you were gonna do anything, you needed to go short at him, right? You needed to go short at him, or you hit the popping crease, or you go wide. But he gave the man length.
Hmm.
I'm about to kill
Yeah, if
length
he was
all
going to go
day.
short, then yeah, at least try come here and
Yeah,
see if he could pull you
yeah.
and hope for the probably a top edge.
You know,
Set a deep backward square.
try to catch this area right
Yeah.
here, so line up right here,
Yeah.
so let me see how he
Fine,
feels about that. You know,
fine leg, deep backward square.
yeah.
Let's see. Yeah.
When I see a man going down on his knee and sweeping Shamar over deep mid wicket, I say, what kind of story? There's no man.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
No.
So
You got to be
let's
looking up. You got to be looking
let,
up.
one thing I know is that we can't take any of these teams,
No,
so-called the teams for granted. These
no,
lower teams,
no.
we can't take any of them for granted. ETD look pretty decent today.
They are. They
Right.
are.
And so, and just looking, and then that made me go and look at their players, and a lot of some of them got some first class experience playing
Them
in
guys,
England and
some of those
Australia.
guys are bred in England and Australia. They have good cricketing pedigree. You
Yeah, yeah,
understand?
yeah.
You,
And
you
scored some
cannot.
good first class runs and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
South Africa, Australia, England. So you're talking about good cricketing pedigree. It's not some. And first thing you got to understand, some of these guys have played state cricket before. It is hard
Mm-hmm.
to get into the state teams. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a walk in. You make a couple of runs there, and the people say, "Hey, no." It is very very difficult in great cricket in Australia to succeed. It is very difficult to make the Australian state team. So when you see
Mm-hmm.
you would have played a few matches, you earned it.
Yeah, true.
Absolutely earned it. So when you see these guys on this stage, on the world stage, doing what they're doing, know that there's some talent there.
And they're like, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna take my chances, right?
Yeah,
These guys, these are the chances they're gonna get to probably play with big cricketers, get different, not even just IPL, but different T20 contracts around the world, make them make a name for themselves. So
opportunity, man. Some of these guys are looking for
opportunities.
opportunity. You understand me? Making a
So
name for
I don't
themselves.
I think we need to be clinical.
Absolutely.
I think we need to win all four of our games and not let anything to chance. We already know where we're going, who we're playing, but are you gonna the question is, will you give a Johnson Charles a chance and rest hope?
No.
Okay, why?
If listen, the team is playing well right now. You understand me?
Mhm.
You're at the World Cup. You need to be, as we've said, clinical. You understand? This team that's playing right now, other than the swapping of Shepard and Ford, right? Those two, Sheppy for obvious reasons because he's injured right now. If Sheppy is not fully well, I would not risk him. Ford still plays. You understand me?
Yeah, just leave it like that, yeah.
Just leave it as it is. Leave it as it is. You you have we got three games coming up. Well, we have 4 games. This game against Italy, you have the three Super 8 games. That's 4 semi-final, final. You have 6 games left potentially. You understand me? Listen, this is the World Cup. You've gotten this far. You've played brilliant cricket with these 12 players. Ride them to the dust
Till the wheel fall off.
till the
Yeah.
wheels fall off. You understand me? You ride them till the wheels fall off. That's how I feel about it.
I mean, and for me, if I were any of those guys who were playing, I don't want to be left out of any 11.
No,
I want to
I
play.
wouldn't want. I won't want to rest.
I want to play. I want to
Understand me?
play all the games. And for a matter of fact, the games are so well spaced out that you can have rest.
You
I go train. I
yeah.
train 8 hours a day, or however long they train, and I'm good. Gets up, and most of the time after then, I'm in my room. I'm sleeping. I'm locking all
We played
everybody's
Sunday.
up.
We next game is Thursday.
Thursday, yeah. Most of these
So
guys
you well
play.
rested. You
Most
understand?
of these guys play the Ninja, play IPL. So
Yeah.
going and see things, going and sightseeing, everything is that. For a matter of fact, I just want to chill. Like even if I just literally just want to go to train and chill and sleep, talk to my family whatever I could. But that's what I would be doing if I were in this in there.
So far, 3 games in. Who has been your MVP?
Hetmier, bro. It's obvious one. The new comment of the kanji man, Hetmier. You know, we've always said that that young man has immense talent. It's for me, it's between him. It always between him and his contemporary, Nicholas Puran, who is not, who's retired.
Hmm.
So it's glad to see that one, he's fitter. I see the guys are teasing him
Yeah.
about him losing that belly that
Jaden
he
Sears
had.
is Scally Fat Boy.
Yeah. So the fact that he has lost it I see he was showing it, that to lift it up is that
Yeah.
it's the fact that he's been training. That's
But
what I
he
want to
cut down on
see.
the roti.
Yeah, it's nice to see that because I,
Yeah.
I I think that he at this stage, Shamron Hettimai should be jealous of a lot of the players around the world who are his contemporaries, who are ahead of him, because he's immensely talented, and he should use this as uh, to catapult him into the next level of where he should be as a cricketer.
I said last night on the episode last night,
Yeah.
if Shimron Hetmeyer returns to Test cricket this year, right? The more matured, level-headed Shimron Hetmeyer. If Shimron Hetmeyer plays between 5 to 7 years of Test cricket, you understand? There's an opportunity that he can finish with at least 15 Test centuries.
Hmm. Yeah.
He's that good.
Yeah.
You understand me? Now think about the legacy that he can create over the next 5 to 7 years. Age 36, seven consecutive years of Test cricket. Imagine the legacy that he can create
And the possibility he could go till 40, so he's good
Yeah,
enough. So
because
they'll
look, the way how fitness is addressed in today's modern world, players are playing longer. You
and
understand? There's better care, players. So there's every possibility that he can play to 40 at a high level. It depends
and
on.
Shamran having a good test career. Great is different. Great is Joe Root and them,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? Having a very good test career. When we talk about cements legacy, it also cements not only his like historical or legacy, but it also cements his financial legacy in many ways more than one. I mean, forget about the IPL, but there's life post that. And when you look at a player who has a now is in this day and age as a rounded cricketer in terms of all the formats that you've played, there's so many doors that can be opened for him.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
Shimron
don't
had,
think necessarily it's a financial thing that because I personally think he's set for life. That's just me.
but there's even more. That's the thing. Like
Yeah,
that is
but if he plays well, right, there's a lot
Mhm.
more doors that can open outside of cricket itself. You understand?
Yeah, yeah. So
If
there's
he, if he
post.
if he understands how to play that game, right?
There's post because
Yeah,
you look at the Sarwan. That's just simply him being a selector or a talent. It's just because he had a decent career,
yeah,
right? And people trust his eye,
yeah,
right? And the fact that and the difference between Sarwan and Hetmier is that he has played the T20 cricket and he has had access to the IPL world, and you never know, soon he might have access to the next all money in terms of not Guyana, but with the Saudis
yeah,
potentially
yeah.
opening
Because
something, starting.
there's continued rumors that Saudi Arabia is going to get into the fray, right?
And what I've learned in my years on this earth, once you start hearing something like that, you know that eventually it's going to
Listen,
happen.
I just always tell you in we group chat, wherever there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, true.
You understand?
True.
So brings me to the next man that I want to ask, that I want us to talk about. We've already covered the group stuff and all this, but I would like us to end on this note, right? Um, do you think Sherfin Rutherford right now, based on the maturity that he has shown, just like Hetmier over the last 2 years, if he were to say, "Hey, Darren, are ready to play Test cricket," you think he will get on well?
I think he get out, but I want to see him play though. I want to see him play in first class season. I want to see him play there. I want to see him play at least 1 or 2 games. I want to see him probably
No,
go to.
no, I personally think he would he
I want to
himself
see him.
would go would would
I
want
want to
to
see.
play
Yeah,
with that red ball, you know.
yeah, and would like to see him in at least a tour and those kind of stuff. I would like to see that. I think he has. But he used to play that before, right?
Yeah,
He did play
he played that before he got discovered in that
right
Toronto.
here. Yeah,
Yeah,
right
in
here,
that
right
global
here.
T20
Yeah.
that y'all attended, right?
Mhm.
When he played for that West Indies B team or whatever it was called, and he won that game against, I think it was the team that Chris Gayle was part of.
Yeah. It was when he scored. He was playing. Yeah, it was that he was playing. He made a 140 or something.
Yes, and
It was
everything
brutal.
is kind of quick kicked off him. But I even then, right? The Sheffield Rutherford that I see now, because 4 years ago, there are shots that Sheffield would have played to get himself out.
Yeah,
Those shots are no longer being played. You understand? No, I get it. The white ball doesn't swing for as long as the red ball. Red ball goes all day, all in ends. You got to deal with the swing and all that kind of stuff. But watching how he paces his innings, watching how his judgment of of situations, and understanding the moment. I think he has grown tremendously. And it wouldn't hurt to have him within the Red Balls setup. Right? Because I personally think there's a place for him.
Yeah, and I think we missed a trick with Evan Lewis, so you're right. Because I think
the first question you have to ask is, did Evan want to play Test cricket? That's the first question you have to ask.
Well, I don't know. Maybe if they had
I personally think if Evan truly wanted to play Test cricket, Evan would have played Test cricket.
Oh yeah.
You understand me? Anyways, folks, that's it for the night. Jump in the comments. Let us know your thoughts on the group that West Indies are in for the Super 8. Hopefully, Zimbabwe really understand the assignment tomorrow morning against Ireland. That's a pesky Irish team. You understand? They've beaten West Indies in the past. Zimbabwe have beaten West Indies in the past.
Everybody in them want to beat West Indies in the
Everybody's been taking advantage of West Indies in the past. But let us know your thoughts on the group. Let us know your thoughts on how the guys have gone so far. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Most importantly, jump in the chat.
Yeah, I said Nepal beat West Indies. Yeah, I know that did not.
Yo, catch you later. Bye.